Would you like to learn how to make some delicious keto condiments?
Well, today on WTF, we're going to show you how to make 4 keto condiments: a ketchup, a barbecue, a honey mustard, and a teriyaki sauce. Hello and welcome to WTF, where we transform food here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen. I'm Chef Scott Guerin.
And I'm Janie Wang, one of the owners of Modernist Pantry. And here on WTF, every week we cover unique ingredients and techniques and show you new recipes for your kitchen. So remember to subscribe and also stick around for our weekly giveaway. This week we are showing you how to make keto condiments to go with your new favorite keto recipes. And Scott, I know that a while ago we did the nugget recipe and we were talking about it. We're like, there's nothing to dip it in. So
Yes.
What did you come up with that you think is going to go really well with whatever people want to dip?
Sure. So it's difficult with keto condiments just because a lot of the stuff just has sugar, just inherently has sugar, because you want a little bit of sweetness to offset that, whether it's acidic or savory, you just want a little bit of sweetness, and everything has sugar in it that you want to dip it into. So why not make a little line of 4 different condiments that you can use not only for dipping, but glazing and a number of different things.
Okay.
And we went with like the 4 best ones. So it
All
was
right.
a fun thing to kind of test and see. And we should probably start with everyone's favorite.
Which is?
Ketchup.
Yay,
Right?
ketchup.
Right? It's the go-to condiment. It's the first one you like as a kid. And I still like ketchup to this day in the right application. And it's so easy to make. Basically, all we're going to do is do equal parts of tomato paste, vinegar, and then a sugar substitute. So I'm just going to add it directly in, and you'll see we can have a ketchup that's homemade to your liking in no time at all, under a minute. So I'm just going to do red wine vinegar with this. You can do white distilled vinegar, which is pretty common. People like to do that. I like the red wine vinegar, a little bit more flavorful.
Because you're fancy.
I am a fancy boy, yes. I'm going to do just a touch of clove, ground clove, salt, and then I'll save this for last. That's perfected xanthan gum. So that's going to give it a good viscosity. It's going to also prevent that separation of water. But the kind of star of the show today is going to be allulose. And it's okay if you get a few chunks in here like that. They're going to break up. It's in a blender, right? But this is a sugar substitute that tastes the most like table sugar, and also you don't count the calories from it.
Okay. And I see you're kind of making a big batch. So if someone's making this batch here, can they just pop it in their refrigerator and keep it?
Yes, yeah.
Relatively?
So there's so much vinegar in this that it's going to keep it nice and stable for a month and a half, right? So if you want to take an old ketchup bottle you had, I don't know why you would, but if you had one, you could always just fill it back up with this, or if you have some squirt bottles, you can fill it up, and then you have your own homemade ketchup ready to go.
Cool.
So, and the best part about this is that there's so few calories that if you're just using even like half an ounce, a few tablespoons, it's like negligible, like under 1 carb per tablespoon. So let's just blend this up. And as it starts to go, I may have to, wait. So once it starts to blend, I'm going to sprinkle in my perfected xanthan gum.
And why do we sprinkle it in?
Even though it's perfected xanthan gum, I don't want to have any clumps present in there. If I were to just dump it straight in, there may be a very small chance that it could clump, but thankfully we use perfected, so it's most likely not going to clump.
Yeah. So we always use perfected, and I think we just did an episode all about xanthan recently. But if you do have xanthan from your local grocery store, you definitely have to sprinkle it in, right?
Yes, unless it says perfected xanthan gum from Modernist Pantry, it's most likely just traditional xanthan gum, which clumps so fast. So definitely sprinkle it in. Do exactly what I did there. Just tap the bowl and it'll go in. So we have ketchup ready to go. I can just pour it into here.
That was easy.
And it's done. Like I said, ready to
What
go.
a great texture on that. All right. Taste that. And these are our keto nuggets. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out. We'll link to it at the end of this episode. All right, So this definitely has a lovely kind of Heinz-like consistency to it.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. You don't want to make a ketchup and just have it be completely artisanal. You want that, you know, almost nostalgic taste.
That's what I like. I don't like the overly thick. This is really nice. It's got that tomato tang from the vinegar. I would say there's nothing to me that, you know, that makes it different from, let's say, a Heinz or a bottle ketchup. So
especially if you're putting it on something, right? Anything that would, there really aren't any off flavors that come with Allulose, but then you're putting it on something and it tastes like ketchup. It reminds you of ketchup. It makes you feel like you're having something sweet, like you're having a treat. So
it's delicious.
So right next to it, we have our barbecue sauce, which is basically, we're taking the ketchup and we're mixing it in with the recipe that we have for a barbecue sauce, which has a little bit of Methocel F50.
Okay.
So that we can take this barbecue sauce and you can glaze it onto ribs. It also uses allulose. The full recipe is going to be on our blog. So you'll be able to have all that. You can links in the description below. But they're kind of adjacent recipes, so if you wanted to try that as well.
All right, I'm flipping my nugget around so I'm not double dipping. This would be great for like ribs.
Yes.
Yeah, I would totally eat this on ribs. It's so good.
Not overly sweet. Big, rich flavor.
Yep.
But it absolutely matches the, you know, what a traditional barbecue sauce is.
Yeah, it's very like full-bodied, very complex. Because I remember when we did this recipe, there's a lot that goes into it. It's really nice. Links will be in the description below. All right, so we got our ketchup. We have a barbecue sauce. What else are we making today? Because I see an empty
So we
bowl.
have one that's already made there, but then we're also going to make pretty much America's second favorite, which is honey mustard. It follows a lot of the same rules. This is only 5 ingredients. So we have mayonnaise. People will say, mayonnaise? Yes. Your life is a lie, because honey mustard isn't just honey and mustard.
No, it's
mostly mayonnaise. So we have the mayonnaise and we have the mustard. 2 completely keto ingredients already. They have no carbs. As I get mustard all over my thumb. There. One thing that we found that we need to add is there's no way to get honey into here, straight honey. Yep. Because that straight honey is all sugar. So we found that our honey flavor drops, which I can show right here, give all that honey flavor in a much smaller amount, and then we're able to just add allulose to offset that sweetness.
Yeah, so this is just flavoring, so there's no actual honey in here, so it's also appropriate for, you know, vegan, vegetarian uses as well.
Yes. And we set up the recipe so you can use a full dram of that honey flavor.
Yeah, but you can see it's very little.
It is very little. Yes. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to add in my allulose. Really simple. And then we needed a little bit more complexity. We needed a little bit more depth of flavor. Instead of just adding salt, we added some Worcestershire sauce. So about 1.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay. And we're just going to add that in because we found it was just too upfront sweet, and we wanted a little bit of depth to it. So we're just going to mix it up. And this will be a nice thick one, but it makes a great honey mustard.
Okay. And are we adding any, stabilizers to this one?
We don't have to. It's already an emulsification, so we're really just using that. We use the honey flavor drops as, that's one of our ingredients that we added to it. But really no need for stabilizers just because the emulsification's already set. We're using a pre-made mayonnaise. If you wanted,
that's true.
If you wanted to make your own mayonnaise, I would always suggest add some sort of stabilizer to it, because adding stuff and blending can cause it to split. So. But for this, just a pre-made mayonnaise works just for ease of use and how fast it is. So I'm going to mix this up, make sure everything's mixed in there. Make sure there's no clumps on the front that are just pure mayonnaise. Nope. Gently take that off.
Ooh, that looks great. All right, let's grab another one of these nuggets.
And let me know.
This is really good. Honey mustard is one of my favorite condiments. This is a really nice one. It's sweet, but not too sweet. I think the Allulose dials it back a little bit.
It tastes like honey too.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Got the honey flavor in there, obviously very mustardy, but this is really, really nice. Like if you're, like I've been missing having these things, these are very classic, familiar flavors. So you're going to be like, oh yeah, it is exactly what I was hoping it would be.
Yes.
So really nice.
And we were able to make 2 of them literally in under 10 minutes. You can make them, take these, pour them into bottles, and have them for a long period of time. So you can constantly use them when you need them, when you need that little bit of sweetness, really, to offset everything that you've been eating if you follow a keto diet. So these are some great things. But there is one more sauce.
All right, what's this last sauce here?
So this sauce is a teriyaki. We also use the honey flavor drops in this one. So this one's a little bit sweeter. It has a good bit of allulose. It has soy sauce. It has the honey.
Nice.
We didn't add mirin because mirin has a lot of residual sugar in it. So we went with a Chinese cooking wine, and we reduced it down so all the alcohol is gone from it. And we just use that as the flavoring. And then we fortify it with different vegetables. And once again, full recipes in the link in the description below. So you can definitely see how this is made. But I really like this one too.
It's really good. I think like the barbecue sauce, this one has a lot of layers because I know that you put a lot of vegetables in here, and it's all cooked down, and so it's very, very complex, very full. Again, I say full-bodied already, but that's kind of what it is. Like it's so many different stuff going on. You can use this for a stir fry, marinade. For sure. They're definitely great ways to spice up your life.
I did add one more ingredient to that one.
Oh, okay. What is it?
So that has Acacia Gum, which is a very mild thickener, because I just wanted to coat stuff. I just wanted to coat, in a stir fry, or coat. I don't want it to be too thick or heavy. It does not need to be, ketchup texture. So just Acacia Gum is a great one. Extremely clean. You lose no flavor on it, so it works really great. And then if you wanted to glaze something like chicken, you could absolutely use that.
Yes.
Brush it on there. It'll stay put, and then it'll glaze really nicely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are people going to be able to get their hands on these?
I know. That's Scott's subtle reminder for me to do the giveaway, which I actually remembered for one. So today's giveaway is going to be all the ingredients that you see here on this table in order for you to make some of your own keto condiments. And in order to enter to win, just leave in the comments below another challenge that you would like to see us tackle in the future. Definitely keep those ideas coming, because you may have already noticed, a lot of our recent work has been inspired by, your suggestions. So let's keep that going. It's really fun. All right. I think that about covers it for us. Remember, check out the nugget recipe if you haven't already. Check out these recipes. Links in the description below. And until next week, from here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie Wang.
And I'm Scott Guerin.